Imagine the scene in Abuja right now. It is a sunny afternoon on Mambila Street, Aso Drive, one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in the nation's capital. Suddenly, at about 2 p.m., several vehicles carrying officers from the ICPC and the Nigeria Police Force pull up at house number 12. This is the home of Malam El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State. This raid, which happened on February 19, 2026, has now triggered one of the biggest legal battles of the year. If you're just joining us, please hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel so you never miss these deep dives into the stories everyone is talking about. Your support helps us keep bringing you the facts behind the headlines. Now, why is El-Rufai so angry that he's asking for 1 billion naira? It turns out that while he was being held in custody by the ICPC, his home was being turned upside down. His legal team, led by a very senior lawyer, claims the officers went into the house with a search warrant that was full of mistakes. They are saying the warrant was vague and broad, meaning it didn't specifically say what they were looking for. It was almost like a blank check to search everything and anything. Because of this, El-Rufai has dragged the ICPC, a Chief Magistrate, the Inspector General of the Police, and even the Attorney General of the Federation to court. He says the way they entered his house was a total violation of his privacy and his dignity. He claims that his personal items, documents, and electronic devices were taken away without proper authority. But wait, there is more to this billion naira demand. El-Rufai is not just asking for a small amount of money. He has broken down the 1 billion naira into 3 parts. He wants 300 million for the emotional stress and psychological trauma he and his family went through. He wants another 400 million to teach the agencies a lesson so they don't do this to other people. And finally, he wants 300 million because he believes the conduct of the officers was malicious and oppressive. Before I go deeper into what his lawyers are saying about the specific errors in the warrant, I want to know what you think. Do you think a former governor should be able to sue for this much money, or is this just part of the process when you are under investigation? Please drop your comments below and remember to subscribe to stay updated on how the court responds. To give you the full gist, we have to look at what exactly was wrong with that search warrant. El-Rufai's lawyers are pointing out some very specific errors that they say make the whole raid illegal. For instance, they claim the warrant was riddled with material drafting errors. We are talking about basic mistakes in the address, the date, and even the district designation. They even pointed out that instead of listing specific items to look for, the warrant vaguely referred to the thing aforesaid. In legal terms, that is a huge no-no, because a warrant is supposed to be very specific so that officers don't just pick up whatever they like. Another big issue they raised is how the warrant was addressed. Instead of being directed to specific officers, it was addressed to all officers. The lawyers are arguing that this makes it overbroad and unaccountable. It's like giving a key to the city to everyone instead of just the person you trust. Because of these slips, they are asking the court to declare that any evidence found during that raid cannot be used against El-Rufai in the future. They want every single document and electronic device returned immediately. But here's the most dramatic part of the story. In the court papers, El-Rufai's team claims that the officers who entered the house allegedly failed to submit themselves for a search before entering the property, which is a common practice to ensure that no evidence is planted. This has added a whole new layer of tension to the case, making it feel less like a routine investigation and more like a high-stakes thriller. Now, while all this is happening, it's important to remember that the ICPC has been looking into some very serious allegations from El-Rufai's time as governor. So we have a situation where the government says they are fighting corruption, while El-Rufai says they are fighting him. It's a classic he said, she said, but with a billion naira on the line. Before I continue with what this means for the upcoming 2027 political season and El-Rufai's new political move, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep you in the loop with the hottest gist in Nigeria. To understand why this is such a huge deal, you have to look at the timing. This isn't just about a house search, it's happening right in the middle of a massive political shakeup. You see, El-Rufai has officially moved over to the African Democratic Congress (ADC), and he isn't alone. There are whispers and reports that he is part of a powerful new mega coalition with other big names like Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar, all aiming for 2027. Because of this, many people on the streets of Abuja and across social media are calling this political chess. They feel the timing of these raids, first by the EFCC, then the DSS, and now the ICPC, is a bit too convenient. El-Rufai himself has even claimed that his phones were being monitored and that top officials were behind the move to have him arrested the moment he landed back in Nigeria from Egypt. Now, if you are finding this gist as interesting as I am, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep bringing you these deep dives into the stories that shape our country. On the other side of the coin, the government and the anti-graft agencies are sticking to their guns. They point back to a 2024 report from the Kaduna State House of Assembly that alleged a whopping 423 billion naira went missing or was mismanaged during his 8 years as governor. From their perspective, they are just doing their jobs and following the money. They believe that no matter how powerful someone is, they must answer for how public funds were spent. But this 1 billion naira lawsuit has changed the game. By suing the Chief Magistrate who signed the warrant, El-Rufai is essentially putting the legal system itself on trial. He is asking a very big question. Can security agencies just walk into anyone's home because of an investigation, or must they follow every single T and I in the law? If he wins this case, it could make it much harder for agencies to carry out sudden raids in the future. This story is far from over, and the drama is just getting started as we head toward the next election cycle. The courts will now have to decide if this was a lawful investigation or a gross violation of a citizen's rights. I've got so much more to tell you about how the different political parties are reacting to this, especially the ADC.